Today, as we are on the 14th Sunday in Ordinary Time, we hear about our call, the great call of God to be servant in good times and in bad, to be servant whether we feel like it or not, to be servant because that is what God wants of us. And God set his only Son as an example to each and every one of us of what we should do and should be. And I'm sure that Jesus had many other thoughts going through his mind, at times with his apostles that were just clueless. I'm sure he had other thoughts with crowds that were less than friendly. I'm sure he had other thoughts when people were coming toward him in the Garden of Gethsemane with weapons of all kinds. As a matter of fact, we know he had other thoughts because right before that, he prayed agonizingly in the garden, "Father, let this pass from me. Let this go. Yet not my will, but thine be done." We have plans for ourselves. And you know what they say, if you want to make God laugh, make plans. We have plans for ourselves. They don't always come about. And our plans might not necessarily be what God wants of us. He asks us to go out into the world and tell the good news, and many of us would rather stay comfortably behind and let other people tell the good news. As a matter of fact, we'll even pay to let them go out and tell the good news. We'll cover their travel arrangements or whatever else. I don't want to do it. That's the attitude of so many people. But we are called, one and all, to proclaim the good news. And we don't have to go out a far way to do it. We can proclaim the good news amidst our own family and friends. We can proclaim the good news in our work environments. We can proclaim the good news in the grocery store. We can even proclaim the good news riding on the highways instead of proclaiming some of the other things that we do. We are called to be people of God, and it's difficult. Paul in the second reading even tells how difficult it is. Paul, at this point in time, has been marked with the stigmata. He has the wounds of Christ. And basically, he tells the community, you need to go and work, and you need to leave me alone. I bear the marks of Christ in my body. I think I've done enough. And yet he did more. And he continued to do more until his own life was required of him. And that is what each and every one of us are called to do. More. We're supposed to be more holy. We're supposed to be more charitable. We're supposed to be more prayerful. We're supposed to be more like Jesus each and every day of our lives, so that when people see us, they see less of us and more of Christ. If we do that, then we have been successful.